Fellas, we're not done yet. We still got more practice to go. We've had a good week so far. Let's make sure we finish the same way. Sunday's opponent is a tough one, so we need to be great out here today, okay?
Done. 180! Here we go, Pac-Man. Blue 80! What's your son? Go, go. 120! Done! Here we go. Blue 80! Here we go. 180! What's your son? Done! Blue 80! What's your son? Here we go, Pac-Man. 180! Listen!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You've taken the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you gotta keep it up.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter. All right, let's get you into the action here as we pick things up early in the first quarter. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 18 carries, 75 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wentz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Carson Wentz had Zach Ertz and later Dallas Goedert during his time in Philadelphia as excellent tight ends. But I think he'll grow to like Jack Doyle as well with the Colts. That connection there gives him a first down.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is Mack on the counter. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
This is unbelievable.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL. And by the way,
it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Dolphins ready to go to work on offense, led by their 2nd-year quarterback out of Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa. Still scoreless here in the first, but a 3rd down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. No score as of yet. Defenses have ruled here into the 2nd quarter. But here's another 3rd down situation to check in on. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. The count. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking deep for Hilton. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. No score as of yet. Defenses have ruled here into the second quarter. But here's another third down situation to check in on. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A 4th down coming up. Decision time now, as this would be a long field goal attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the third quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out to the
Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half. On 2nd down, it's Gurley again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Bobby Okereke just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, none takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Another tremendous play by Xavier Howard. 10 interceptions, led the NFL last year.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down and 4, Tua. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
It would be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they're looking third down as a manageable situation, one that they have.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Christian Wilkins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about... So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Miami, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.